Big Boss Bricks here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Knights of Ren transport ship. This set retails for $69.99 in the US, and it comes with 3 minifigures and the transport ship. So let's get into the review. Okay, so here's the transport ship itself. Apologies again for the small background. I said this in my last review. I need to find the other base plate to extend it, but I'll try to make do with what we have here. So here's the ship. The ship is a little disappointing, I'm not gonna lie. When we start off, it looks good on the outside. Looks really good from the front. It has a nice profile. It's got these grills here. It's got a turret on the side. It's got these back engines. It's got 2 movable turrets on the top. It's got like a little command bridge up here. And on the back, the engines are pretty cool actually. They give off a nice effect. And up top, you have 2 hatches that actually can seat your minifigures. This is where the disappointment comes. You can't actually fit the minifigures all the way in. And what I mean by that is, if you take like one of the knights, I'll show you in a second, there's these little clips and they keep the figure from falling out, but that's as far as they'll go down. And the same goes for this top one up here. As you can see, if I can get him to sit down, the same goes for him. He can't fit all the way down. Now when you're moving the ship around, they won't fall out, but you can't actually put them down in there and close the hatch, which is kind of disappointing. But there is this other compartment where you move up this cannon. There's a hatch right here, and if you lift up the ship, you can sit a minifigure down in there, potentially maybe squeeze another in. You can close the hatch somewhat. It's not perfect, but you can, and then you can just kind of lock it with the cannon. Now, where the disappointment comes in is up, and I knocked a piece off. Lovely. Underneath is very skeletonized. There's a lot of Technic pieces. There is some solid landing gear here and in the back of the ship as well. But it is very skeletonized. You do have these nice pipes that run under it, but they could have added so much more room here for them to actually sit down. There are 2 spring-loaded shooters on either side of the set, which adds some nice functions, and you can fire those off with this bar here if you just press it in, which is cool. But yeah, it's not the greatest design, but let's just get into the minifigures. Okay, so the first minifigure we have is Rey. She is in the same outfit she wore in The Rise of Skywalker, and we actually got this figure a few times recently for the Rise of Skywalker sets, like in the Pisana Speeder Chase. So it's not a very rare figure, but there is some nice torso and leg printing, and along the belt line. She does come with her lightsaber. There's some nice back printing, and she comes with that hairpiece. If we take that off, I can show you the back. She does have an angry expression on the other side, and she's actually the only figure that does come with any face detailing, but I'll show you that in the Knights of Ren figures. Okay, so here's the first Knight of Ren. This is a pretty cool figure. His weapon is pretty basic. It's just a standard blaster attached with the binocular piece, but he does have some nice torso and leg printing. Amazing helmet design. It's a great mold. No arm printing. There is slightly some back printing. that's about it for the torso, but he does not have, as I just mentioned, a front or back face. It is just a standard all black Lego head. So there's no printing, it's just very standard. And all of the Knights of Ren actually come with that solid black head, since we don't see their faces in the movies. But yeah, this guy's one of the more basic ones, but I still think he's a really cool figure. And so let's go to the next one. Okay, so here we have the last figure in the set. This is the second knight. Apologies, I've forgotten their names. But he does have a pretty cool build for a blaster, just made of a miscellaneous assortment of pieces. He does have a very nice torso printing with some like rockets and grenades, and a nice set of leg printing and some standard back printing. His helmet is pretty cool. It's probably the most basic helmet out of the bunch, but it's still cool nonetheless. It's sort of medieval, and it's not the most detailed, but it does have some indentions on the side. And when you remove his helmet, again, it's the standard all black head, so no face printing, but that's fine. The helmets make up for the loss of face printing. But that's it for the minifigures, so let's get into my final thoughts on the review. Okay guys, so that was the review on the Knights of Ren transport ship. I think it's a okay set. The build looks great, but for $70, I think it's really lacking that interior space. Maybe you could have used an extra figure, maybe Finn or someone along the lines of that. It just feels incomplete without that space, and it's kind of weird. You just sit the figures in the top like that. But nonetheless, would I recommend this set? I would recommend it if you are trying to collect all of the Knights of Ren. I'm missing 2, and I wouldn't mind collecting them all, so that's kind of why I got this set. But if you're not really motivated to collect them all, there's 2 that come in the Kylo Ren shuttle that just recently came out a few years ago. And that's a way better deal in my opinion. It's like $50 more, and you get a whole lot more ship and more minifigures. So yeah, I definitely think this is a must if you are trying to collect them all. But like I said, it's not something you really need to rush out and get. I think it will be retiring soon. So if you do want to pick it up, it's maybe one of your last chances, but you might be able to get it clearanced at a Target or Walmart. And I think they are selling it a little cheaper on eBay too. So yeah guys, that was the review. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe, and check out my other reviews if you're interested. So thanks, and I'll see you around.